Look at Tuesday's Daily Mail and our new king and his siblings earlier today in Edinburgh, Nick. And it is about the family supporting our new monarch, isn't it?
Absolutely. They've gone with King Charles III and his siblings sit alongside their mother's coffin after sombre march through Edinburgh. Grief-stricken royals watch as the Queen's 500-year-old Scottish crown is placed on a flag-draped casket. And if you are interested, the crown was made in 1540 for King James V. From a crown made 37 years earlier, it has 42 gems and precious stones and almost 70 Scottish pearls. So if you're interested in the detail of it. But yeah, it's this meeting, of course, of the personal and the very public. And Charles, particularly, King Charles III now, is known to be even more emotional. The Queen, as we've said, not so emotional or not publicly. Charles is known to be a bit more emotional. So it'll be interesting to see. I must say, he's handled it all very well so far. So yeah, I thought his speech was you know, when he addressed the nation was very interesting. Yeah. That was a mixture of... It was quite interesting because he asserted his Christianity again, which I found very interesting, and his role as, you know, head of the Church of England. But he also made a reference to the multi-faith aspect of the country. I've actually got it here. He said, in the course of the last 70 years, we've seen our society become one of many cultures and many faiths. But he did say our values have remained and must remain constant. The roles and duties of monarchy also remain, as does the sovereign's particular relationship and responsibility towards the Church of England, the church in which my faith is so deeply rooted. So it is also a time to assert faith in God, which the Queen felt very strongly, and Prince Charles feels very strongly, although it'll be interesting to see if William feels the same, because the Queen felt she was chosen by God, and Charles, from what I hear, feels the same. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues, because obviously now it's very complicated in multicultural Britain to assert the Christian faith in that way.
Doesn't he have to say it? I mean, that he's also adopted... Now, he's as the head of the church, so he can't sort of say, oh, church isn't that important to me.
He has to say it, but he also happens to believe it, and there are different levels you can express it to. For example, when he did the oath, in reference to the Scottish part of the oath, he made reference to the true Protestant religion, which many people wondered for years, would he actually say that? So he's actually stuck with tradition on that, even where it's somewhat controversial, i.e. the mention of Protestantism. But he's stuck to that, and I do believe he is a devout Christian. And, of course, the Church of England, we can criticise it now, but yes, he's the head of the Church of England, but he does actually also believe it. And it was nice to see that reference to may flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Also a religious reference, but, of course, a reference to Shakespeare, which is good to get in as well.
I'm going to be a bit more cynical. I don't know whether he genuinely believes it or not. I think he's saying the right... What, you've spoken to him, have you? He's saying the right stuff. He sounds the part. He looks the part. He has a sort of... There's definitely a physicality to him that sort of he seems to suit the role now. Somehow he's sort of grown into it. That extra time, he just does. It's something about his face. It sort of looks more regal somehow.
I think he's been practising in the mirror for a few years.
I tell you what, I guarantee you, someone's been working with him on his elocution, because he doesn't sound like people. You know, they used to do those impressions of Prince Charles. Yeah. He doesn't sound like that anymore.
Slightly more pompous.
He just sounds just like a normal posh bloke.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be a monarch that tries to bring together all faiths?
I think, well, that's what he did say, and that's a great thing. And look, if religion is genuinely a big part of his life, that's a fantastic thing to hear. I think we need more people saying that. Religion's a big part of my life, you know. Yeah. But I also am aware that he's saying all the right stuff. Let's see whether his actions...
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to get elected to the position of President of the United States without devoting yourself to God as well. I mean, you can't... there'll never be a US president that doesn't say that they believe in God. Even Donald Trump had to play that game. But perhaps it might be more authentic.
Yeah, well, from everything I know about King Charles said, he does actually believe it.